What's up, St. Louis? It's Luke Farrell, co-host and founder of the STL Bucket List Show. We've been putting this show out for the last 75 weeks straight, and we're going to continue that and highlight the people, places, and events that make St. Louis special. The STL Bucket List Show is proudly presented by the Regional Arts Commission of St. Louis. The Regional Arts Commission is the largest public funder of arts and art programming right here in the city of St. Louis. They believe that every artist, organization, and generation in our region believe that life is better when art is around us too. And we happen to believe the same thing. They also just launched an amazing website called stlouisarts.org that highlights public art, live music, and all things art in St. Louis.
If you want to hear about St. Louis, tune into the Bucket List Show weekly. Hear what Marissa and Luke say. It drops every Wednesday. Got a dope new guest every single week. Buckle up for the ride. Who's it gonna be? Who's on the show today? They rep St. Louis. What to do in the loo on a late night, or maybe what to do on a date night. Yeah, Bucket List has you covered. They know what's going on. What's going on, they'll give you, hey, 18 different things to do, or 19 if you need one more to choose. Yeah, this city is a place we call home. A place we call home, yeah.
What's up, St. Louis? It's your host, Luke Farrell of the STL Bucket List Show. We're excited to drop episode 75 today, but before we get into it, this is a special episode because it is our first solo episode. We've had multiple episodes with Marissa and I, and of course, all of our guest focus episodes, but today, you're just going to be talking to me, which is going to be unique, and I'm glad you guys are here. So before we get into it, got to shout out my friends over at the Wine and Cheese Place over in St. Louis, located Creve Coeur, Town and Country, Kirkwood, Clayton, and their newest location, Spirit, over in South City. Thank you guys for joining us on the show today. I'm going to get right into it, but I just want to thank all of our sponsors, all of the people that listen, everybody that makes this show tick. Got to shout out Matt in the back on the ones and twos, cutting up a perfect episode each and every week as we drop guest focus episodes featuring the hottest people in St. Louis, and not just hot in the literal sense, but these entrepreneurs have really changed the landscape of our city. So I wanted to get into it and really just talk a little bit about our mission over at STL Bucket List and how we're going to expand that mission and continue to grow in the future. So we keep it pretty simple. We highlight the people, places, and events that make St. Louis special. And how we do this is through Instagram and other digital media outlets. We post restaurants, things to do, people in the city, and also we highlight people each and every week here on the podcast. One of the things that we do really cool each year is we have our Locals Choice Awards, which in the Locals Choice Awards, we basically just put this out online and people can vote on their favorite places to go, their favorite people, influencers, and of course, food and drinks. This is really cool because we really get to gauge the community and get people involved in our brand. Now, as we continue to grow, we're continually looking for ways to take the community that we built on Instagram and take that into the real world. So recently, we devoted a lot of time, hard work, and energy into a digital billboard platform that's going to bring the people, places, and events that make our city special into the places that make our city special. These digital billboards are usually in bars, restaurants, and gyms. We're already have about 300 of them up and running in the greater St. Louis area. These digital billboards are going to have clips from our podcast. They're going to have giveaways that we host online. We're also going to host these inside the venues. And then also we're going to support community members that don't have access to get onto Instagram. So these are word of mouth referral businesses in small communities around St. Louis. They're going to be able to pick and choose spots within some of their favorite restaurants and advertise there. So it's going to be really cool to be able to expand our reach. A lot of the stuff that we've done over the last 4 years has been strictly focused on posting things to do and events in St. Louis and only for Instagram. So this is going to be a unique challenge for us as we open up to more businesses around the region, including insurance agents, real estate agents, painters, contractors, and everything in between. So it's going to be really fun. We're super excited to roll that out and can't wait to fill you guys in on that. Now, as far as the podcast goes, we've recorded 75 episodes. We've got 25 left till we hit that big 100 mark. We're super grateful for each and everybody that listens to the podcast. These episodes usually range between 30 minutes and sometimes over an hour. And they have a lot of good content when it comes to business. People in our city that you may know, you may frequent their business, but you never heard the story behind what they do. And that's one thing that Marissa and I love to do, is we love to get a behind the scenes look at what people in our city are doing. And that's why we handpick each person that comes on the show. So, excuse me. As we get into it, we really want to grow the show by doing more content on social media. So cutting up clips and different things from the episodes that we do, and really show a larger landscape of kind of what we got cooking. So it's really cool, guys. It is a lot of hard work, but it's stuff that we love to do, and we feel like it's valuable for our city to put out this type of content. But one thing I try to remind people in each and every conversation that I have with these other business owners is that we're completely independent. We're not funded by the city. We're not funded by these big corporations or anything to put out content. We do this grassroots. A lot of it's through work through our marketing company. Some of it's going to be coming from the digital billboards, but really we have a passion for this city, and we believe that people that are independent, that are young, that live in St. Louis City should be the ones putting out this content. And we try to act as a guide for people that live here, visit here for school, or everything in between. So really can't thank you guys enough. It's been definitely a long journey, but we're starting to see a lot more support all over St. Louis. I mean, on STL Bucket List alone, we have about 135,000 Instagram followers, and that's growing each and every day. Back in September, we purchased and acquired another Instagram page called St. Louis Graham. St. Louis Graham really is a cool page that I was really inspired from when I originally started STL Bucket List, because they highlighted really cool stuff going on in the city, and a lot of it was focused towards great photography, great video, and great places that are kind of under the radar. So when we had the opportunity to acquire that, we jumped at the opportunity, and really we're still in the beginning stages, not even about 6 months in, of really pushing the arts and culture scene in St. Louis. And I got to shout out my friends over at the Regional Arts Commission for believing in that mission and empowering us through presenting sponsors of the podcast, but also filling us with content and other things to post on that page. One of the recent projects we just released is called The Sessions of St. Louis. The Sessions of St. Louis is a Tiny Desk inspired concert series where we bring on local artists and bands, and we film a 10 to 17, 18-minute concert. We actually give that band and that artist full rights to that video. They can cut it up and send it out to festivals. They can use it for however they want to market their brand. And then we also post that on Instagram and YouTube. So we've done 2 episodes. We got another 2 or 3 in the bank, and we're going to keep putting those out each and every month. And as we grow that, we're continually looking to work with other community organizations to help put out more of those episodes. Another project that we're waiting to release is the 314 Project. The 314 Project is one that I've been thinking about for the last 4 years. I just didn't have the resources, time, or really skills to put it into action. But the cool thing about the 314 Project is we select unique individuals in our city, similar to the ones that we have on our podcast, and we highlight them in a short 5 to 7 minute film. This film includes childhood stories. We even go film content at some of the houses they grew up in. We fly drones over their neighborhood in the city, and then we really hear the story about what makes that person tick. So we got one of those ready to go. We will kind of keep you guys updated when we're going to drop that, and we really want to put out more of those. Like you said, it just takes a lot of time and resources that goes into it. Last but not least, the 314 Market is a market that we created back in January of this year, and that market was really geared towards photography, fashion, and art. And we had food there, of course, as well. But we had over 55 vendors ranging from 18-year-old artists all the way up to 50, 60, 70-year-old photographers in there, really showcasing their work. And it was a huge turnout. I mean, we added up the numbers with all the vendors, and they did over $55,000 in sales in only 3 hours. So we know that there was a lot of people there. There was a lot of support for that local art. And it was really inspiring to see that. So we're going to be bringing back another 314 Market, and we're going to be doing it a little bit late in the fall, kind of close to winter, and it's going to be the perfect market to get that pre-sale shopping for Christmas, get all your gifts, and really just support local overall. But if I could leave you guys with one thing, I wanted to keep it short and sweet on this episode. But one of the things I want to leave you guys with is if you're an entrepreneur, if you are a business owner or work inside of a business and as an entrepreneur, I really want to inspire you guys to get out there and start and try and do things and fail. And I'm a really good person to talk to if you guys ever want to reach out. I'm pretty easy to get a hold of. You can send us a DM on Instagram at STL Bucket List. You can shoot us an email at team@STL I personally read and manage that email. And I really want to get out there and do speaking engagements, work with some business owners, and really just work together, whether it's collaboration, whether it's one-on-one coaching, or if it's just having you guys on the team. We're always growing. We're expanding. We have new roles coming up each and every month, and we really want to build our business here in St. Louis with people that are from St. Louis, that are for St. Louis, and that's what we're doing. So thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the STL Bucket List Show. We wanted to keep this one short and sweet to celebrate episode 75 and really just give you guys some updates on the brand, on the business, what we're doing. And we're going to keep you guys updated. We're going to keep putting out episodes each and every week, and we're going to keep highlighting the people, places, and events that make St. Louis special. So I'll check in with you guys next week. We'll have a new guest on. But until then, subscribe to the STL Bucket List Show.
Today they rep St. Louis, yeah. They rep St. Louis. They rep St. Louis.